collection regime we have now? Are we collecting the taxes we are supposed to collect? And are we using the taxes we collect judiciously?
We've been talking to the Honorable Member Dr. Kwabena Donko, who used to be Energy Minister. We have another Honorable. Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Your response today.
Let me first of all thank the President. Well, let me thank the President first of all for coming to the floor of Parliament to deliver his constitutionally mandated duty. But unfortunately, the President decided not to talk about the true state of the nation and decided to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. What is the true state of the nation today? We're talking about the debt insustainability. You pick Ghana debt from 120 billion Ghana cedis. Today, as I speak to you now, you are running to 580 billion Ghana cedis, and then you're not talking about it. You pick our exchange rate from 3.9. Today is 13.5. You are not talking about it. You pick the fuel price, which is 14 Ghana cedis per gallon. You are running to 80 Ghana cedis today. You are not talking about it. You were not talking about any failed promises that you made. Agenda 111 is not working. One district, one factory is not working. $1 million to every constituency every year is not working. The President decided to run away from it. The hardship in our system, the President decided not to talk about it. Why didn't he talk about the cathedral he said he was building for God? He never talked about all those things. And is that the true state of the nation? My brother, you know it, I know it, that the things that we see today in Ghana, he decided to blame We've seen illness in this country. We've seen the President, Akufo. President Akufo, congratulations. Now we've seen malaria in this country. We never took levy for malaria. We've seen HIV/AIDS. We never took a levy for HIV/AIDS. Today, when you buy fuel, COVID-19 now we are blaming. You even pay levy for COVID-19. Today, as I speak to you now, COVID-19 brought Ghana more than $3 billion. COVID-19. And then you blame COVID-19. Did we receive any bomb from Ukraine to Ghana? So Ukraine situations escaped Nigeria, escaped Togo, escaped Cote d'Ivoire, and landed in Ghana. Is that what we are talking about? The fact is that the situation is that the State of the Nation address was not delivered by the President.
Yes, by the President. I am not surprised that this was one of the most hopelessly uninspiring speeches by a president to the people of this country on the state of the nation. And he said everything but the true state of the nation. My brother, what is the true state of the nation today? There is mass excruciating hardship across the length and breadth of the country. He himself has admitted to that. It's not a matter of a secret. And so in the face of this mass suffering and deprivation of the people, Ghanaians expected to hear something that will give them a glimmer of hope. For them to see that there's even a shade of a light at the end of the tunnel. Ghanaians didn't see anything in the President's speech. On the contrary, it was the same old rehashed lamentations, blaming everybody but himself. Blaming the war in Ukraine. My brother, the war in Ukraine is still going on. So if it goes on for the next 5 years, Ukraine and Russia. When we elected you to solve the problems, the President was not elected to lament. He was elected to solve the problems that the Ghanaians gave him the mandate to do. Hopelessly, he has failed us. And this is one, like I said, this is one of the worst speeches that a president could have made. He said, just produce the entire speech and see where there's any element of hope for the people of this country. If you put all our macroeconomic indicators, inflation is hyper, over 53%. Cost of living, food prices alone, over 125% in the food basket inflation. Exchange rate, it continues. The CD continues to depreciate as we speak. If you go to the regime of deficit, our deficit is growing, and so the government that is caught up in that deficit is still digging, is still incurring more debt. And as the finance minister himself said, secure IMF bailout by the end of March, the economy will crash. They themselves are saying it. So if you are presiding over government where your own finance minister says that if you don't get a bailout from the IMF, the economy will crash, it tells you where we are. He has told us the whole story. But my brother, I'm just telling you why. They say the president was telling us he was in a hurry to go to the IMF. Do you remember that these were the same people who did a KK and Wache party at the finance ministry to celebrate our exit from the IMF? And they said that the IMF was so evil that we should be in a hurry to run away from it. So you are telling us that the IMF is evil, we must run away from it, and there's a need for celebration when we are exiting. And you are the same government in a hurry to run out to go and embrace the IMF. What kind of? So it just tells you that the people are confused. This is a very confused, visionless, hopelessly uninspiring government that cannot carry us anywhere. And so, frankly speaking, we must take the government away in a hurry.
That's my senior brother. Thank you.
Yes, your reaction to the State of the Nation address?
No, it's
You're uninspiring. What inspired you?
we are in a democracy. You have to respect each and every other person's opinion. For me, what the president said is unparalleled. Unparalleled in the sense that there's no public sector worker who will come to me that at the end of the month his paycheck didn't go through. That would have been a total bankrupt economy. There's no person who will tell me that the road they applied on is not being worked on, there are contractors not on the road. Today, as we speak, 48 hours ago, we held the Independence National Day in Addo. That infrastructure where we held the facility was built by this administration. That is the report the president was giving us on infrastructure. You find the battling of crime, how police service, for the first time in this administration and in this dispensation and in this economy,